The dismissal of Michael Malone didn't just rattle the Nuggets organization. It may have also nudged Russell Westbrook toward the exit. With his strongest advocate no longer in the picture, Russ seems unsettled, giving vague responses during interviews and leaving fans speculating that his departure might be imminent. His demeanor doesn't exactly reflect someone committed to returning next season. It feels more like someone already preparing to move on. Adding fuel to the fire, rumors are now swirling that Malone's steadfast support for Westbrook, often criticized as favoritism, could have even contributed to his dismissal. So, is this the end of Westbrook's time with the Nuggets? Could Malone's removal be the tipping point? Let's dive into the unfolding drama. Westbrook's potential departure has been a hot topic since the coaching shakeup on April 8, 2025, with speculation about his future with the team reaching a fever pitch. Several credible NBA insiders have portrayed Russell Westbrook's future with the Denver Nuggets as anything but secure. On April 10, 2025, Bleacher Report bluntly highlighted that the organizational upheaval in Denver at the close of the regular season might result in Westbrook not being part of their plans for the summer. His precarious situation is closely tied to a $3.4 million player option for the 2025-26 season, which grants him the opportunity to either remain with the Nuggets or explore free agency. Amplifying the speculation, a report from Last Word on Basketball, published on April 11, 2025, suggested that Westbrook is unlikely to opt into his contract, forecasting that he may join his seventh franchise for the 2025-26 campaign. This would extend Westbrook's well-documented journey across the league, having previously played for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, Washington Wizards, Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, and, most recently, the Nuggets. The buzz surrounding these rumors has intensified due to Westbrook's recent interactions with the media, which some observers believe reflect his growing dissatisfaction with his current situation. Following a string of losses to the Timberwolves, Spurs, and Warriors, Westbrook skipped press obligations, resulting in the NBA issuing a warning, reminding him of his responsibility to address the media. When he did finally attend a post-game press conference, he gave brief, repetitive responses, often saying, "I don't know," a stark departure from his usual demeanor and one that caught the attention of many across the league. For a player who, despite his occasional clashes with journalists, has generally been candid throughout his career, this shift in his behavior might point to deeper frustrations with the current dynamics. A diminished role under interim coach David Adelman, along with the turbulence within the organization following Michael Malone's dismissal, could be contributing factors to this apparent discontent. Rumors involving Russell Westbrook's potential trade have been gaining traction recently, with one particularly intriguing scenario attracting attention. A Yardbarker article from April 11, 2025, identified betting odds that favor the Phoenix Suns as a likely landing spot for Westbrook. Such a move would reunite him with Kevin Durant, his former teammate from their Oklahoma City Thunder days. Although this speculation lacks official confirmation, the possibility of Westbrook and Durant teaming up once again, despite their highly publicized fallout in 2016, would undoubtedly create a fascinating storyline. However, one complicating factor is Westbrook's current $3.4 million contract, which could diminish his trade value unless bundled with other assets. Given this limitation, it's plausible that he might lean toward opting out of his player option, opening the door to free agency, where he could pursue a more lucrative contract or join a team offering a better defined role. To understand what might be driving Westbrook toward a potential change, it's important to consider how his role has shifted under the new coaching staff. His playing time initially declined under Adelman, but later saw an uptick in subsequent games, reflecting a possible effort by the team to determine the optimal way to capitalize on his abilities. Alternatively, it could be a sign that his performances in practice and games have been directly influencing his minutes. During an April 16, 2025, interview, Westbrook addressed how the team's chemistry has evolved compared to earlier in the season, offering insight that suggests he perceives the group to be more unified and concentrated in recent matches. This observation may suggest that the coaching changes have positively impacted the team's dynamic in his view. Still, it doesn't specifically delve into his personal feelings about his role or prospects with the organization. What makes this scenario especially intriguing is the resemblance it bears, in certain aspects, to Westbrook's exit from the Oklahoma City Thunder back in 2019. According to a piece published by The Ringer, after Paul George was dealt to the Los Angeles Clippers, Westbrook followed by asking for a move, which ultimately took him to the Houston Rockets. Although the situations aren't identical, Westbrook now has a player option rather than initiating a trade request. Nevertheless, the broader theme of changing teams during periods of major organizational shifts is a recurring thread in his career. During that 2019 deal, Westbrook was sent to Houston in exchange for Chris Paul, along with future first-round picks in 2024 and 2026, as well as pick swaps slated for 2021 and 2025. The significant assets involved in that trade were largely due to Westbrook's $132.6 million contract at the time, a stark contrast to his current $3.4 million deal with Denver, which makes him a much more affordable trade or free agent option. Reactions to the uncertainty surrounding Westbrook's future have been mixed among Nuggets fans and basketball commentators alike. Some see his potential exit as a natural outcome of organizational shifts and his inconsistent performances, while others express concern over losing his veteran leadership and ability to deliver impactful moments off the bench. How the team performs in the upcoming playoffs could prove pivotal, as a strong postseason showing with a key contribution from Westbrook might reshape the conversation about his importance to the franchise. Turning to the playoffs, Russell Westbrook's veteran experience could play a pivotal role for the Nuggets as they prepare to face the Los Angeles Clippers in the opening round. Having previously shared the court with Clippers star James Harden during their stint in Houston, Westbrook's intimate knowledge of Harden's gameplay could offer Denver a tactical edge. Addressing this in a recent interview, Westbrook emphasized its significance. Yeah, it's important. It's definitely important, you know. James doesn't just score. He's an exceptional offensive talent. But for me, and our team as well, understanding his habits and tendencies absolutely makes a difference, he noted. His perspective underscores the potential impact he could have throughout this playoff showdown against a familiar opponent, potentially influencing how the Nuggets utilize him during critical stretches. The Nuggets head into the postseason as a strong contender, armed with one of the league's top 5 offenses, spearheaded by Nikola Jokic, widely regarded as the standout player in this Clipper series. Analysts believe Westbrook bolsters their depth, providing a valuable boost to an already formidable supporting cast that includes Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and rising star Christian Braun. That said, the Clippers, anchored by top-tier defense, pose a formidable obstacle, ensuring this series will be fiercely contested. The result of this face-off could carry significant consequences for Westbrook's future in Denver. Should he shine in the playoffs, the Nuggets may lean toward keeping him, possibly exploring options to rework his contract or encouraging him to exercise his player option for the next season. On the flip side, an underwhelming playoff performance, marked by Westbrook's struggles, might hasten his exit from Denver, lending further credibility to speculation about his precarious future with the organization. When asked if the Nuggets are being underestimated despite boasting the current MVP and a recent title, Westbrook shared his thoughts, offering insight into his ability to filter out external noise. His remarks highlight a career-long focus on internal matters within the team rather than public narratives, an attitude that could prove pivotal for Denver as they try to navigate playoff challenges amid a period of upheaval. While these swirling reports and rumors continue to surface, it's essential to note that, as of April 17, 2025, there's been no official statement regarding Westbrook's potential departure. Nevertheless, the speculation stems largely from the same issues that led to Michael Malone's dismissal. The surprising decision to part ways with Malone and Westbrook's involvement in the situation has fueled much of the chatter. On April 8, 2025, the Denver Nuggets delivered a shock announcement, revealing that both head coach Michael Malone and general manager Calvin Booth have been dismissed just 3 games before the end of the regular season. This unexpected move left many stunned, especially since Malone had served as head coach since 2015 and had played a crucial role in securing the team's first ever NBA championship in 2023. The decision's timing was baffling, as it came with the playoffs fast approaching and the Nuggets holding the 4th seed in the Western Conference. The move sparked widespread debate about whether such a drastic decision made sense under the circumstances. This choice, made with just 3 games remaining in the regular season, came as a major surprise to the NBA world and brought a wave of uncertainty along with it. Malone had consistently stood by Westbrook, frequently trusting him with crucial minutes late in games, despite some critics arguing that those opportunities should go to younger players. As reported by The Athletic through inside sources, the crux of the disagreement between Malone and Booth appeared to be centered around how much playing time Westbrook was getting, particularly in high-pressure moments. Malone was said to have prioritized giving Westbrook significant minutes on the court, often opting to use him over younger options like Jalen Pickett during critical stretches of the game. This approach reportedly frustrated Booth, who disagreed with Malone's rotational strategies. The Athletic noted in a post dated April 10, 2025, that Russell Westbrook's role became a major flashpoint in the philosophical divide between Michael Malone and Calvin Booth, and also influenced the atmosphere within the Nuggets locker room. During a media session following practice on April 16, 2025, Westbrook shared his take on the situation, offering insights into how the team has adapted to the sweeping change in leadership. His remarks seemed measured and tactful, recognizing the significance of the coaching shift while emphasizing the group's resilience and progress. Yet, behind the scenes, reports have hinted at a more intricate story, one that links Westbrook's involvement with the circumstances surrounding Malone's dismissal. After Malone was dismissed, interim coach David Adelman stepped in, and one of his initial actions involved cutting back Russell Westbrook's playing time. This was evident during an April 5, 2025 matchup against the Warriors, where Westbrook was not part of the starting lineup. The move was widely seen as an attempt to tackle the so-called Russell Westbrook dilemma, with reports indicating that Adelman's choice was shaped by a desire to maintain team harmony. Nevertheless, Westbrook remained with the team, and no formal announcements of his departure were made. The reported tension over Westbrook's role provides insight into why his minutes have fluctuated so significantly since Adelman assumed the interim coaching role. For example, in his first game under Adelman on April 9, 2025, Westbrook was on the court for just 16:45, marking one of his lowest playtime totals of the season. This reduced time on the floor could reflect Edelman's ongoing efforts to navigate the challenge of maximizing Westbrook's veteran leadership while managing his unpredictable style of play. Interestingly, however, Westbrook's court time increased notably in subsequent games under Edelman. He played 26:52 on April 11th and 22:38 on April 13th, indicating that either the interim coach is tweaking his strategy or Westbrook's efforts have warranted a larger role. How his responsibilities continue to evolve under Edelman is likely to serve as a key storyline as the Nuggets head into the playoffs. When asked whether the coaching shift had eased some of the pressure and allowed the team to enjoy the game more, Westbrook shared his thoughts. Strains in Westbrook's relationship with the team seemed to become apparent during a double overtime loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves on April 1st, 2025. The day Malone was dismissed, Westbrook played a pivotal role in the game's outcome, making crucial late-game mistakes that led directly to the loss and sparked significant backlash from both fans and media. This performance seemed to embody what many describe as the Russell Westbrook experience, a blend of jaw-dropping athleticism and puzzling missteps that has defined much of his career in recent seasons. During the 2024-25 campaign, Westbrook has embraced his responsibilities as a key bench player, delivering solid numbers with 13.3 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. His impact has been felt in numerous matchups, including a particularly strong showing against the San Antonio Spurs on April 3rd, 2025, where he hauled in an impressive 11 rebounds. Yet, it's been a season of ups and downs for the former MVP. As the Nuggets gear up for their first-round playoff series against the Los Angeles Clippers, uncertainty surrounds how Westbrook will be integrated into postseason play. While his wealth of experience could offer stability under playoff pressure, his unpredictable play style poses potential risks in tight situations. When questioned about mentoring younger teammates like Jalen and Peyton as they navigate their first playoff outings, Westbrook shared his typically no-nonsense outlook. This mindset, treating playoff games as simply another opportunity to compete, perfectly encapsulates Westbrook's enduring approach to the game. Whether the Nuggets' current mindset will yield playoff success remains uncertain, particularly with a new coach now at the helm. Team president Josh Kroenke characterized the decision to move on from Malone as an effort to shake things up and maximize their chances of capturing another championship. This approach indicates that the organization is prioritizing short-term gains over long-term continuity, a gamble that could either lead to playoff triumph or catastrophic failure. Interestingly, the team seems to have embraced the coaching switch, closing out their regular season with a perfect 3-0 record under Edelman. While this initial success might seem to validate the management's bold choice in the immediate term, the ultimate measure will come during the playoffs, where scrutiny of Westbrook's play and the team's overall synergy will reach new heights. Now, let's delve into how things might unfold for Westbrook and the Nuggets, evaluating what his departure could signify for both sides, and discussing the legacy he's poised to leave behind in Denver, no matter the outcome. Future scenarios and their implications. Before examining what lies ahead, it's essential to revisit how Westbrook found himself in this position. Back in July 2024, Westbrook inked a 2-year contract worth $6.8 million with the Nuggets, which included a player option for the 2025-26 season. This move was part of a calculated strategy to bolster the team's bench, adding a veteran presence capable of energizing the second unit. According to a September 2024 interview, Westbrook's choice to join Denver was heavily influenced by the prospect of playing alongside reigning MVP Nikola Jokic. Examining the current data, we can identify a few potential paths for Westbrook's future with the Nuggets. In the first scenario, Westbrook chooses to activate his $3.4 million player option, staying with the Nuggets for the 2025-26 season. This move would allow for stability on both sides. The coaching staff, whether Edelman retains his position or the team hires someone new, would have the chance to further define Westbrook's role within the team system. Nevertheless, this outcome appears less probable due to Westbrook's reduced minutes under Edelman's leadership and the team's focus on developing its younger players. In the second scenario, Westbrook exercises his player option but is then traded by the Nuggets. This could involve packaging him with additional assets to land a player who complements their evolving roster needs. While his relatively modest $3.4 million salary limits his individual trade value, he could serve as an appealing element in a larger deal, particularly for organizations seeking veteran presence and bench production. The third possibility involves Westbrook declining his player option, entering free agency, and signing with a team of his choice. This move would grant him the opportunity to pursue a more prominent role or, potentially, a higher-paying contract. However, at 36 years old, his market demand may not be as robust as it was during his peak years. The fourth and least expected scenario would involve Westbrook stepping away from basketball entirely, either by retiring or taking a hiatus. Nonetheless, given his strong competitive drive and his recent averages of 13.3 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game, this option seems implausible at this stage in his career. Based on the evidence and recent reports, it appears that the third scenario, Westbrook declining his player option and seeking opportunities with another team, is the most likely outcome. According to an April 11th, 2025 report from Last Word on Basketball, Westbrook is expected to forego his player option, with projections indicating that he'll suit up for his 7th NBA franchise in the 2025-26 season. But what implications would Westbrook's exit hold for the Denver Nuggets? From a basketball standpoint, the team would certainly feel the loss of his contributions off the bench, which have been a key part of their second unit during the 2024-25 campaign. As the sixth man, Westbrook brought energy through scoring, facilitating, and rebounding, while his speed in transition and shot-creating ability, both for himself and teammates, added a fresh dynamic when Jokic and Murray were off the court. On the flip side, his departure might open the door for greater opportunities to develop young talents like Jalen Pickett, a player that head coach Calvin Booth reportedly preferred over Westbrook in late-game situations. Westbrook himself has previously spoken highly of Pickett's progress throughout the season. Financially, Westbrook's choice to decline the $3.4 million player option would free up some cap space for the Nuggets. While this isn't a massive figure relative to the league's salary cap, it could provide the team with more flexibility to pursue role players or prospects who better fit their long-term strategy. The cultural significance of Westbrook potentially parting ways with the Nuggets is more challenging to measure. As a former MVP and 9-time All-Star, he carries significant influence and brings a winning mindset to any team he joins. Known across the league for his legendary dedication and competitive spirit, Westbrook sets an example younger players can aspire to emulate. His departure would leave behind a gap in veteran leadership, necessitating someone else to step into that role, whether it's current veterans like Jokic and Murray taking on greater responsibilities or the team bringing in another experienced leader. From Westbrook's standpoint, leaving Denver would mark yet another chapter in what has become a nomadic phase of his career. Since his 2019 exit from Oklahoma City, where he spent his first 11 years in the NBA, he has played for 4 different teams in just 6 seasons. This frequent movement stands in stark contrast to the stability that defined his early career and raises questions about whether he can find the right situation to both utilize his remaining skills and adapt to his evolving style of play as he ages. If Westbrook does decide to move on, where could that lead him? There's been speculation about a reunion with Kevin Durant on the Phoenix Suns, a scenario that would undoubtedly grab the attention of the basketball world. Considering their shared history as former Thunder teammates, such a move would be nothing short of compelling. Their coming together on the court could signify a pivotal moment in both of their careers, offering Westbrook the chance for a compelling redemption arc as he approaches the end of his playing days. No matter where he lands, it's nearly certain that Westbrook's style and attitude toward the game won't waver. In the short term, all attention will shift to the Nuggets' playoff performance against the Clippers, kicking off on April 19, 2025. The way Adelman incorporates Westbrook into this series and the level of impact Westbrook delivers will likely play a critical role in shaping both sides' decisions about his future with the franchise. If he shines in the playoffs, it might strengthen their desire to continue their partnership, while a disappointing performance could expedite their split. The situation remains unpredictable, with this playoff run and the ensuing offseason expected to shed more light on Westbrook's future with the team. What stands out, though, is that the Nuggets are undergoing a transformative phase as they adapt to Malone's dismissal. The choices they make in this transition, including decisions surrounding Westbrook's future role, will leave lasting effects on their championship hopes. As for Westbrook, whether he stays in Denver or pursues opportunities elsewhere, his legacy as one of the most electrifying and polarizing figures in modern basketball is firmly established, even as speculation about his place and path continues to swirl around him. Thanks for watching this video. Explore our additional videos for exciting and in-depth basketball breakdowns.